Very good morning, children. We are going to discuss about the third chapter, acids, bases and salts from 10th class physics. Okay. So children, already Prem Kumar sir explained to you few topics regarding this chapter. Okay. Now I am going to discuss about the continuation of the chapter. Once again I am recalling this chapter. Okay, so what is called acid? Children, first we are going to discuss about acid. Okay, what is called acid? Okay, so if H3O plus is nothing but H plus ions. Okay, if the H plus ions are present in a chemical, that is called acid. Okay, if H plus ions are present, that is called acid. For example, HCl. Okay, HCl means what? Hydrochloric acid. Okay, what is the name of the HCl? Hydrochloric acid. Okay, now we will dissociate this HCl molecule. It leads to H plus ions and Cl minus ions. Okay children, H plus ions and Cl minus ions. So here H plus ions are present. Okay, here H plus ions are present. That's why it is called an acid. What is the name of the acid? Hydrochloric acid. Okay, so this is about acid. What is called acid? If H plus ions are present in a chemical equation, that is called an acid. For example, HCl, hydrochloric acid, which contain H plus ions. Okay. Next one, base. Next one is what? Base. Okay. What is called base? If OH minus ions are present. Okay. If OH minus ions are present in a chemical, that is called base. Okay. For example, NaOH. What is the name of the compound? Sodium hydroxide. Okay. What is the name of the compound? Sodium hydroxide. Okay. Sodium hydroxide. Okay. In sodium hydroxide, once you dissociate this molecule, it gives Na plus ions and OH minus ions. Okay, so when we are dissociate this NaOH molecule, it leads to Na plus ions and OH minus ions. Children, what you are observing here? OH minus ions. Okay, in which compound OH minus ions are present, that is called base. Okay, that is called base. Next, third one, salts. Okay, third one is what? Salt. Children, already you know we are eating salt in our food items. Okay, so what is the definition of this salt? Okay, so already you know that when acid reacts with base, okay, when acid reacts with base to form a salt. Okay, when acid reacts with base to form a salt. Okay, that is called neutralization reaction. Okay, that is called neutralization reaction. Okay, that is called neutralization reaction. It's very important 1 mark question. Okay, if an acid reacts with base to form a salt. Okay, this is called neutralization reaction. Okay, so what is about neutralization reaction? 50% of acid, 50% of acid reacts with 50% of base. Okay, 50% of acid reacts with 50% of base to produce a salt. Okay, to produce a salt. This reaction is called neutralization reaction. Okay, this is about what? Acid, base and salt. Children, now you understand already Prem Kumar sir explained to you, but once again I am recalling to you. Okay, what is called acid? If H plus ions are present in a chemical compound, that is called acid. For example, HCl, hydrochloric acid. Here H plus ions are present. Okay, second one is a base. Okay, so if OH minus ions are present in a chemical compound, that is called base. What is the example? NaOH. What is the name of the chemical? Sodium hydroxide. Okay, now we can dissociate this molecule. We can get sodium plus ions and OH minus ions. Okay, here OH minus ions are present. That's why it is called base. Okay, third one, salt. What is called salt? If acid reacts with base to form a salt. Okay, this reaction is called as neutralization reaction. Okay, in the neutralization reaction, 50% of acid reacts with 50% of the base. Okay, to form a salt. Okay, now I am giving example to neutralization reaction. What I told you, first you take a acid. Okay, what is the acid? For example, HCl. Okay, many acids are there, but you take example HCl. Now you take a base. What is the example of base? Sodium hydroxide, as we taken in previous example. Okay, so if the acid reacts with base to form a salt. Okay, to form a salt. Now you can dissociate this molecule. H plus Cl minus. Okay, Na plus OH minus. Okay, we know that. Okay, what we know that? Plus reacts with minus. Okay, plus reacts with minus. This plus reacts with minus. Okay, to form what? See, H plus OH minus means H, 2H. Then O is nothing but water. Okay, it is nothing but water. Next, Na plus Cl minus. Okay, it gives rise what? NaCl. Okay, it gives rise what? NaCl. Okay, first I am writing NaCl. Okay, Na plus Cl minus. Then I am writing H2O. It's nothing but H plus OH minus. Okay, it's nothing but how we can dissociate? H plus OH minus. Okay, now so the hydrogen ion reacts with OH minus ion to form a water molecule. Then sodium ion reacts with chloride to form a sodium chloride. What is the name of the compound? Sodium chloride. Okay, NaCl means what? Sodium chloride. H2O means what? Water molecule. Here what happens? HCl is a acid. Okay, NaOH is a base. An acid reacts with base to form a salt. Okay, what is the name of the salt here? NaCl. Okay, next H2O means what? Water. H2O means what? Water. Okay, children, now you understand this equation is called neutralization reaction. Okay, neutralization reaction. The acid and base both percentages are same. Okay, acid reacts with base to form salt and water. Very important one mark question. If acid reacts with base to form salt and water, okay, this reaction is called as neutralization reaction. Now you understand how the salt formation takes place if acid reacts with base to form a salt. Okay, now the salt contains 50% of acid and 50% of the base. Okay, this is about what? Neutralization reaction. This is the introduction of acids, bases and salts. Okay, so sir explained to you this about salt, and what is strong acid, what is weak acid, etc. Okay, now I am going to say first one, strong acid. Okay, what is the first one? Strong acid. Children, do you know what is the name of the strong acid? HCl. Hydrochloric acid is called as strong acid. Very important. Next one, weak acid. Okay, what is the next one? Weak acid. What is the name of the weak acid? CH3COOH. Okay, CH3COOH. What is the name of the compound? Acetic acid. Okay, what is the name of the compound? Acetic acid. Very important to you. It will come in intermediate level also. Okay, so what is the strong acid? HCl. What is the full form? Already I told you. Hydrochloric acid. Okay, hydrochloric acid is a strong acid because it contains more H plus ions. Okay, second one is a weak acid, that is CH3COOH. Acetic acid. Okay, acetic acid contains less H plus ions. Okay, acetic acid contains less H plus ions. How you know strong acid? Strong acid contains what, Nana? More H plus ions. Okay, strong acid contains more H plus ions. Weak acid contains less H plus ions. Okay, weak acid contains less H plus ions. Okay, third one, what is called strong base? What is called strong base? Children, do you know what is the strong base? NaOH. Okay, NaOH. What is the name of the compound? Sodium hydroxide. Okay, what is the name of the compound? Sodium hydroxide. Why it is called strong base? Because it contains more OH minus ions. Okay, because it contains more OH minus ions. Okay, next fourth one, weak base. Children, what is the fourth one? Weak base. Okay, weak base. Yes, what is the name of the weak base? NH4OH. What is the name of the compound? Ammonium hydroxide. Okay, it contains what? Less OH minus ions. Okay, it contains less OH minus ions. Okay, this is about what? This is about what? Strong acid, strong base. Children, once again I am repeating, very important to you. Okay, what is called strong acid? HCl. Okay, what is the name of the HCl? Hydrochloric acid. Why it is called strong acid? Because it contains more H plus ions. Okay. Second one, weak acid. What is called weak acid? CH3COOH. What is the name of the compound? Acetic acid. Okay, so this acetic acid contains less H plus ions. Okay, next third one is strong base. What is the name of the strong base? NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide. Okay, sodium hydroxide. This sodium hydroxide contains more OH minus ions. Okay, more OH minus ions. Next, fourth one, weak base. Okay, what is the name of the weak base? NH4OH. Okay, what is the name of the compound? Ammonium hydroxide. What is the name of the compound? Ammonium. I am writing here. Ammonium hydroxide. Note down this point. Ammonium hydroxide. The formula is NH4OH. Okay. Why it is called a weak base? Because it contains the introduction of this chapter. Are you understand what points we discussed in this class? First one, acid. Okay, if H plus ions are present in a chemical compound, that is called acid. Okay, next one, base. If OH minus ions are present in a chemical compound, that is called base. Next one is a salt. Okay, if 50% of acid and 50% of base means equal amount of H plus and OH minus ions are present in a chemical compound, that is called salt. Okay, what is the example of acid? HCl, hydrochloric acid. What is the example of base? NaOH. Okay, NaOH, sodium hydroxide. Okay, what is the example of salt? Sodium chloride. Okay, so what is called neutralization reaction? If acid reacts with base to form salt and water. Okay, this reaction is called as neutralization reaction. Okay, now we are going to discuss what is called strong acid, HCl. Okay, the hydrochloric acid is called strong acid. Why? Because it contains more H plus ions. Okay, second one, weak acid, CH3COOH. What is the name of the compound? Acetic acid. Okay, so acetic acid is called as weak acid. Why? Because it contains less H plus ions. Okay, third one is strong base. Okay, what is the name of the strong base? NaOH, sodium hydroxide is called as strong base. Why? Because it contains more OH minus ions. Okay, fourth one is weak base. Okay, what is the weak base? NH4OH, that is ammonium hydroxide. Okay, it contains less OH minus ions. Okay, so that's why these are called strong acid and these are called weak acid. Okay children, this we discussed, and we discussed about indicators. Okay, we discussed about what? Indicators. Children, do you know indicators are two types? First one, natural indicators. Okay, first one is what? Natural indicators, which we are obtained from plants and animals. Okay, plants and animals. For example, turmeric. For example, turmeric, which is what in color? We know that yellow in color. Okay, so this is a natural indicator. Second one is artificial indicators. Okay, what is the second one? Artificial indicators. These artificial indicators we are preparing in the laboratory. Okay, we are preparing in the laboratory by using synthetic chemicals. Okay, by using what? Synthetic chemicals. Synthetic chemicals. Okay, these exhibit color in a chemical reaction. Okay, for example, methyl orange indicator. Okay, for example, methyl orange indicator which exhibit orange in color. Next one, phenolphthalein indicator. Okay, next one is what? Phenolphthalein indicator. Okay, which exhibit pink in color. Okay, pink in color, etc. Okay, what is the use of indicator? Indicator explains about okay, the indicators we are using in the chemical reaction which determine the end point of the chemical reaction. Okay, which we are discussing in the intermediate levels. Okay, so this is about basics of this third chapter. Already Prem Kumar sir explained to you, but once again I am recalled. Okay, in the next class we are going to discuss about pH. Okay, up to pH topic sir explained to you. Now in the next class I am going to start pH. Okay, now homework. homework. What is your homework? Read what is called acid, what is called base, and what is called salt. Okay. Next, the second question. Read what is called neutralization reaction. Read what is called neutralization reaction. Okay, now next read what is called strong acid, what is called strong base, what is called weak acid, what is called weak base. Okay, so you read about this and read about indicators. Okay, this is today's our class. Hope you understand this video. Thank you.
Very good morning, children. We are going to discuss the third chapter, transportation, from 10th class biology. Children, in the previous classes we discussed about internal structure of the heart and functioning of the heart. Now in this class we are going to discuss about the structure of blood vessels and how the blood vessels are functioning in the animals and human beings. Okay, so coming to our topic, the blood vessels and circulation. Okay, the blood vessels and circulation. Children, in the up to 16th century, the people don't know about what is blood vessel and how the blood vessels are present in the body and what is the function of blood vessels. Okay, so in the year 1574, the Italian doctor named Girolamo Fabrici, okay, Girolamo Fabrici, okay, he observed the blood vessels in the veins of the legs. Okay, now, so Fabrici in the year 1507, he observed the legs, okay, the veins present in the legs. Okay, so what happens, Nana, here? The veins carry the blood from the heart and it supplies to the legs and hands. Okay, so the Italian doctor Fabrici studied a deep discussion about how the veins are present in our legs and what is the function of the veins in our legs. Okay, so the veins are present in the heart which supply the blood from the heart to all the body parts. Okay, so when we tie the veins, okay, what happens, Nana? The veins supply the blood in our body only in one direction. Okay, so when the blood flows in only one direction, the veins are folded towards itself. Okay, when the blood flow in one direction in our body, the veins are folded towards itself. But when the blood is flowing opposite direction, see, if the blood is flowing opposite direction, we will die. So that's why veins are very responsible to carry the blood in single way direction. Okay, children, so the veins carry the blood from heart to body parts only in single direction. Okay, so the veins avoid the passage of blood in opposite direction. Okay, so if the blood flows in opposite direction, the veins are folded. If the blood flow in only single direction, the veins are folded to carry the blood and to transform the blood. Okay, so we studied about the veins in the legs. So from this what he understood, Nana? Veins are responsible to carry the blood from heart to different types of body parts and veins supply the blood to the legs and hands only in one direction. Okay, so if the blood passes in one direction, the veins are folded towards itself. Okay, so if the blood is transported in opposite direction, the veins are closed automatically. So the veins protect our body from flowing opposite side of the blood. Okay, this was studied by Fabrici. Next, the scientist dead people. Okay, he selected dead people and he studied the walls present in the atrium and ventricle in the dead people. Okay, so closely he observed the walls which are present in the atrium and the walls which are present in the ventricle in the case of dead people. Okay, so Harvey studied the blood which flows only from down to up, means from bottom to top, but not from top to bottom. So he did what, Nana? He selected some animals and he tied the animals near the heart portion. Okay, so he selected some animals and he tied the veins in the case of animals which is very nearer to heart. Okay, so what happens, Nana? If he tied the veins in animals, what happens? Where he tied the veins, at that place he observed bulges. Okay, the place is bulges towards the blood. See, if we are tying the passage of blood part, what happened? So for example, I am tied here, my finger. So what happened? My blood is flowing up to here. If I tied here, what happened? The blood is bulges here. Okay, so like that Harvey tied veins in the case of animals. Okay, near the heart portion. So what he observed, Nana? When he tied at that time, he observed the places bulges from the heart. Okay, so he observed the veins carry the blood away from the heart, not from towards the heart. Okay, veins carry the blood from heart and it supplies to body parts. Okay, so veins carry the blood away from the heart. Okay, next he tied atria. Okay, he tied atria also. So what happened? When he tied at that place, the blood is clotting, means the blood is bulges. Okay, into the arteries. So what happens, Nana, here? When he tied the arteries at the place of tied, it shows some bulges portion. Okay, so he observed that yes, atria supply the blood towards the heart. Okay, so but veins supply the blood away from the heart. Okay, so finally he observed and he tied both veins and arteries. So what happens here? The transportation, the flow of blood will be stopped in the veins and atria, so the animal will die down. So what is very important, children, here? Atria is very important to carry the blood from heart and it supply the blood to all the body parts away from the heart. Okay, next veins carry the blood from the heart, it supply into all the body parts away from the heart. Okay, atria also carry the blood from all the body parts and it supply to the heart towards the heart. Okay, now so about the Harvey, what we discussed about the Harvey. Harvey is an Englishman. He studied in the dead animals what are the walls are present in atrium and ventricle. Okay, and he tied veins in the animals. So at that place he observed bulges portion. Okay, and he also tied the atrium. At that place he observed bulges portion. Okay, so from this what he understood, what he observed, if we tie the veins and atria, okay, so there is blockage of blood takes place and it shows some bulges portion. So from this phenomenon Harvey studied the auricles carry the blood from all the body parts and supplies to the heart. Okay, and veins carry the blood from the heart and it supply to all the body parts. So atria, ventricle, means atria, veins, both are responsible for transportation of blood in the human beings and animals. Okay, Nana? Next scientist Marcello Marfigi. Okay, Marcello Marfigi, he observed
The next scientist Marcello Marfigi studied and observed a very small structures which are present in the blood. Okay, so he named as blood vessels. So the blood vessels are very small in structure. Just we can observe only through the microscope. Okay, so Marcello observed the very smallest portions present in the blood. They are called blood vessels. Okay, the blood vessels are very tiny portions. Okay, so once you observe our hair, Nana, how the hair is very tiny, like that the blood vessels also very tiny, which are present in the blood, which carry the blood from one place to another place. Okay, one place to another place. Next scientist Marfigi, he observed the wings of the bat. Okay, the wings of the bat. So when he observed the wings of the bat contains blood vessels. Okay, the bat contains blood vessels and atrium and veins. Okay, or what is this? Arteries. Okay, so Marfigi studied about the wings of the bat. Okay, in the wings of the bat he observed the arteries and veins are present. Okay, in the wings of the bat he observed arteries and veins. Okay, so this blood vessels which contain arteries and veins. Okay, arteries and veins contain blood vessels. The blood vessels are very tiny substances. Okay, so that's why the Marfigi named the blood vessels into capillaries. Okay, so capillaries is a word which is taken from a Latin word which meaning hair. Okay, how the hair is very small, like that the blood vessels also very tiny structures which are present in the arteries and veins. The blood vessels are responsible to carry the blood from one place to another place in the human body. Okay, and he studied about the functioning of arteries and veins. Okay, so he also studied about the functioning of arteries and veins. So actually what happens now, arteries carry the blood from the heart and it supplies to the veins. Okay, so veins supply the blood to the both ventricles. Children, already we discussed about internal structure of the heart. Okay, so here what happens now, arteries carry the blood from the heart and it supplies to the veins. Okay, veins supply the blood to the both ventricles. Then what happens, these both ventricles again supplies the blood to the arteries. So arteries to veins, veins to ventricles, ventricles to auricles, auricles to arteries. So like this what happened, the blood which flows from arteries to veins and from veins to ventricle. Okay, and from ventricles to veins, veins to arteries. So here what happened, first the blood which from arteries which going to veins. Okay, and in the next case from the ventricles the blood again reach into the veins. Children, please try to understand here. From the arteries the blood is going into the veins in the first case. In the second case what happened, from the ventricles the blood is going into the veins. So here what happens now, veins carry the blood two times. Okay, from the arteries it carry
Okay, from the lungs, the blood which is entering into the veins. From the veins, the blood which is entering into the left atrium. From the left atrium, it is going entering into the left ventricle. Okay, and from left ventricle to left atrium to rest of the body. So who will do this function? Arteries. Children, already we discussed in previous classes. Arteries and veins are responsible to carry the blood. What is the function of the veins? Veins carry the blood from the heart and supplies to all the body parts. What is the function of arteries? Arteries carry the blood from all the body parts and transport to the heart. Okay, what is the function of the arteries? In the heart, first arteries supply the blood into the right ventricle. The right ventricle supply the blood into the lungs, and from the lungs the blood which is entering into the veins. From the veins it is entering into left atrium. From left atrium to left ventricle. Again this left ventricle supply the blood into left atrium. Okay, so this left atrium supply the blood into rest of the body parts. Okay, this is the function of arteries in the heart. Next to veins. Okay, so the right atrium, the veins which supply the blood from right atrium to right ventricle. Okay, and from right ventricle to right atrium. So like this veins carry the blood. Children, do you know if the auricles start contraction, what happened? The auricles push the blood into the ventricles. Then we can listen the sound lump. Okay, so if the ventricles are contracted, it will send the blood into auricles. We will discuss in the next class cardiac cycle. Just you remember, when the auricles are contract, it will send the blood into ventricles. Okay, so when the ventricles are contract, it sends the blood into auricles. So here what happened? We can listen lub dub sound. Okay, when the auricles are contract, it sends the blood into ventricles. At that time we can listen the sound lub. Okay, so when the ventricles start contraction, it sends the blood into auricles. At that time we can listen the sound dub. So that's why we are listening lub dub sound from the heartbeat. Okay, so this is about what our topic, the blood vessels and circulation. Okay children, so in this class what we discussed, shall we recall once again? So up to 16th century the people don't know about the functioning of the blood vessels, but in the year 1574 the Italian doctor Fabrici, he observed the veins in the legs. Okay, so he observed the veins. What is the function of the veins? Okay, so when the blood flow in only one way direction, the veins are folded towards itself, means it avoid the opposite direction of the blood. Okay, if the blood flows in opposite direction, the walls present in the veins are closed, means it prevents the opposite direction of the blood. Okay, so the next scientist William Harvey is an Englishman. He observed in the dead people what are the walls are present in the atrium and ventricles. Okay, so Harvey studied function of the arteries and veins. Then he tied arteries and veins in the case of animals. So at that place he observed the bulges portion. So he observed what? The veins carry the blood away from the heart, but arteries carry the blood towards the heart. Okay, the next scientist your homework. Read about the scientist. Read about the scientist Harvey. Read about the scientist Harvey. And the second question, read about the function of functions of arteries and veins. Read about the functions of arteries and veins. Okay, Nana? So read about different